as we know and have heard, there's a lot of chatter about 2023 being the year where data needs to be efficient. There's all of the efficiencies. We don't have the money anymore. The free Snowflake credits are gone. And we're going to have to figure out how to actually prove return on investment on data projects and data teams. So maybe we start there. Like, what do you see as the things that need to happen this year, in your opinion?
Boy, that's a big question. And, you know, history doesn't necessarily repeat itself, but it definitely echoes, and we're there again. I'm seeing a lot of similar things in the industry today as we saw in 2002 and then 2008. 2008 was a little easier because we just experienced 2002. That generation had already been through one of these large, you know, the dot-com bust was a large IT shakeup. So we kind of had it in our minds. We were built differently because of that. That was the first one. It was a surprise. But after the first one, you start building strategies to at least guard yourself against the next one, or when the next one happens, that you're in a good place. Now, the 2008 world, as you know, had nothing to do with IT directly. It was largely driven by the housing market. But for me, that had huge ripple effects because at that time, as I mentioned, I was working in the ad tech world. And ad tech is, it's very reactive to market changes. So if the stock market takes a 5% hit, the ad tech world's going to take a 50% hit. Or if the stock market goes up 5%, the ad tech market's going to go up. It's highly reactive. So things that happen in the normal world happen bigger and faster in that world. And what we found in that rotation was that sticking to the fundamentals works. It's simple things. You know, we don't grow our team any bigger than it has to be. We have to be efficient with headcount. Part of that is your hiring process. You need to find the right people. If we go back to Brooks, again, you know, everything's fundamentals. If we go back to Brooks, he was pretty clear that an excellent contributor will deliver an order of magnitude more output than an average contributor. So we look for those excellent contributors. They don't double, they go huge. And then the second thing is how we manage our data systems. In that environment, we were very, very strict on who and how the operational systems were managed, because obviously we're a big ad tech supplier, so we've got billions of transactions per second. The operational system has to be tightly controlled for two reasons. First off, it has to be manageable. All the data coming out of it, we need to know what to do with it in the BI space. And secondly, it's just a lot of data. You're going to blow things up if you don't get it right. In that world, you know, I was managing the data team, and I had my feet in both swimming pools effectively. I had a tight grip on the operational system and a tight grip on the BI analytics system. So that gave us, you know, some freedom and some efficiencies, because who am I going to have a data contract with? It's me. I'm on both sides. So I know how these things are supposed to work. Now, that is a challenge when we're working with separate teams. So that interface becomes very, very important. And rather than going down the rabbit hole of democratizing the workload and coming up with, well, I mentioned data contracts, and I have no problem with data contracts. It's a great idea. We decided that instead of going down that road, we'd again go back to the classics and build a really robust operational data store.